fine.
What's going on, guys? We're back for House Divided. I forget what number the session. I think we're like 6. We're less than 10. Session greater than 5, less than 10. I think 6.
God damn it. No.
It's above 2, less than 90. We know
Yeah,
that.
see, we got that. And we hit, speaking of 2,
the square root of an imaginary number.
where we hit level 2.
What?
Square root of -1. This is session I.
Such an imaginary number. We don't suck anymore. We can hit them. In theory, our numbers look better. We're gonna run that Everwatching Tower one more time, and I'm gonna turn it over to the dude who runs it. Joe, take us down to Funky Town.
Oh, okay. I didn't think you said Funky Town for some reason.
Yeah.
I realized you said Funky Town, but
I think I understand.
We'll just leave it at that. As always, a quick run through, and then our characters will rehash their feelings about, well, our said rerun through. So last time our heroes, bloodied and beaten, crawled up to the final story of the Everwatching Tower to find a dead body. They discovered that the Everwatching Tower had been invaded by a group of, let's call them, hired thugs. Our group had a nearly fatal tussle with them. It didn't end well necessarily. The group was received greater amounts of injuries before the bad guys eventually just decided to leave them be, leaving through a broken window in a now emptied library. Our group spent 8 hours resting. I guess they didn't realize that it was getting colder until it was too late. Some of them passed out in their sleep, which sounds weird, but that's how the mechanics work. Well, they slipped into a coma, essentially.
I fell asleep and passed out, man.
They fell asleep and they took enough non-lethal damage from the cold to then be in a partial coma, I guess. Nevertheless, the group recovered a dead body. They have a notebook with a symbol of a lyre and a cryptic writing within it. Just one page of writing. The rest had been torn out. Another symbol kind of cryptically scrawled and left on a table in the library. And then they decided to go up to what they thought was the next floor after discovering all of these things. And instead they found out that they're on the bottom floor and decided to go back in because they need to get the body of a young woman left in her quarters they assume was the Oracle. The group then went again through the maze that defeated them so handily before. People were injured. It wasn't good. And the group has gone down to level. They feel stronger after another 8 hours rest in safety. And we're going to roll a d4. Bop.
But should it not be a
we're going to roll a d5. Yeah. It's a 3 for Baku.
Gotta make that sweet bird noise. Oh my god. That was a sweet bird noise. Also, I don't know if you guys saw it, but the best pun ever was made in the last session. I don't know how to make bird sounds. Dude, just wing it. That was one of the comments. It was really good. Donald, go. Make it happen.
You better edit a rim shot in there.
Did Donald die? Donald, you're muted. Donald, you're actually not muted. Donald?
Wait, am I muted now?
You're not. You're good.
You're good. You're good.
Okay, what's going through back in mind? He thinks he is a terrible hero. How could he and his group go through the tower three times and not take the body back to town? It seems the level 1 curse heroes still lingers on.
Oof.
Nice. All right.
So someone else's turn.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm rolling. It goes to 5. So.
The guy who wasn't here.
Yes. I guess generally. Excuse me. What? I don't know how to.
Are we going back to
this.
questions?
My question for you is a bit different, of course.
I remember when we.
How do you? How do all of the transpiring events since you joined us, since you joined the group? How does? I want to call him Galvassus so bad, and then I want to call him Gantry.
Wrong universe, and I don't even know where that one came from. Gantry.
He's on a ship. How does Gareth feel about? How does he put together all the puzzle pieces so far?
Well, considering I missed last session, I'm not entirely certain.
But you've missed one session that gave you a couple of clues, but you have other clues that you've had from the beginning, and that you've had from just a few sessions ago as well.
Honestly, you're going to want to come back to me because I got to look through my notes again and remember what happened.
All right.
Because, I remember what I know is Gareth waking up in the cell, you guys getting him out, he joined you to go across the ocean, and we went up into this tower because we saw the blood and da-da-da-da-da.
Well, you have the symbol of the blood. You also have the letter, which there are a couple clues from the letter. There's a seal, which had King Alexander of Daventry's seal, like his signet ring seal, embedded in the wax seal on it. And then there was a message written in basically gobbledygook that not even the council could decipher.
Well, Gareth thinks he might be starting to put some stuff together, but after the hoodlums up in the tower presumably smashed his head in a little bit.
Along with him smashing his own head in with drugs.
Yeah, that one. So he got wasted and had a very, very bad trip in which he killed a wall that was reaching out for him and got into a fight with a pack of thugs, as one does when on PCP. And so I guess he's just recovering right now and trying to put everything together in his head. But so far, it looks like there's some kind of conspiratorial bullcrap going down.
Okay. Good save. Good save. It goes to Sidvolka.
So we exit the tower. We don't intend to exit the tower, but we do. Sinvolka, after resting, feels a greater connection to the first world and manifests his eidolon more fully in such a way that it covers his body almost. His head is still just the wolf skin over his head, but the rest of the wolf covers his body. He turns and runs up the stairs and, eager to fix the mistake he made and figure out everything that's going on, he seeks to sprint through the tower.
Hold your horses with the running back up the stairs.
Okay. That is how I am feeling. There were a lot of stairs. There were like 4 flights of stairs.
But you guys had to go back downstairs at, like you guys couldn't rest in the maze.
Fair.
See? Oh, the dream's not alive anymore.
No, it's not. No,
I
it's
don't
not.
care anymore.
Oh, that's a lot of ones.
Randy.
All right, I got there. I'm really hoping that, a lot of these problems, I'm not hoping, I'm thinking, I'm knowing shit. I'm knowing that a lot of this problem we've been having right now recently could have best been solved if one of us had thought, hey, maybe we should bring the dead broad with us. But that's neither here nor there. I've also come to know that I think I might be forming a pathological fear of elementals. as I have been beaten unconscious not once, but twice, and perhaps soon thrice, about the face, neck, and shoulders.
Well, I mean,
Randy's
it's
got
not
a
really.
pathological fear of shampoo.
It's not really a Kane character unless he gets a pathological fear of one type of creature.
That seems
That's-
accurate.
That's true. I mean,
Or
for
windows.
you, though, it was a pathological fear of anything big enough to eat me.
That is true. You did get swallowed whole an obscene amount of times.
Alright, and we don't need to roll again for the last person. Well, is Randy done? I'm assuming he's done because now he's making sex jokes.
Well, I mean, when am I not doing that? Yeah, I guess I'm
Alright.
done.
It goes to Kurotama finally for the last reflection on last week's events.
Yes. Last week, it was a bit scary for Kurotama because they barely got out of the labyrinth where he got repeatedly punched out of a wall because some earth elemental melded into it. And once they were up the stairs, a group of thugs were waiting for them to punch them some more. Not the best experience. Thankfully, they seem to be on short time, so they left. After that, he almost froze to death because he went to bed with like 2 hit points left. Then the cold came and he lost like 3 temporary hit points. So he passed out while sleeping. After that, we got teleported down and had to go up once again. We were doing okay this time. Maybe the same person got downed again, but well, we're getting used to that, I guess. While all that all that fighting, Kurotama realized that just swinging his katana with all his might is pretty ineffective when you have such small, weak arms like him.
You have negative might.
Yes, I have a strength score of 7.
One might even say he is a spaghetti boy.
Yeah. So now he realized that he maybe should use his katana with a bit more, how should I put it, finesse?
You could say that. You could.
Yeah. So, in game
Alright.
terms, my soul knife level allows me to use weapons which are not normally finesse weapons as finesse weapons. So now I can actually use my dexterity to try to hit things instead of my strength. Which boosts my to hit chance enormously, because going from -2 to hit to a +4 to hit is a difference of +6.
Seems good.
So yeah. Also, the last 3 sessions I forgot that I had a weapon focus in katana, so I forgot the +1 for like 3 sessions, which kind of sucks because
Perfect.
I know at least 3 times I've been off by 1. So those 3 times would have been hits.
Welcome to Pathfinder.
Yeah. But on the nice sides of things, I'm now at +8 from +0 that I was before. So that's like a huge jump in accuracy. Well, that's it for me.
Seems good.
Alrighty. So, with that, with our final reflection on last week's events, we come to this week's events and what will happen next. So, the group wakes up after 8 hours of rest. Of course, they feel stronger as they do not only just back to normal, stronger, but beyond normal. The same flight of steps as before them. They can't see the top of them. They're on the story lower than this one, which is, I'm going to go ahead and move you guys to that one. And they have, like I said, finished resting. We're going to have it on open initiative. I don't know where Volka went. He's over there.
I've disappeared.
Get into Baku.
Okie dokie. So I got a thought here. All the other floors we gone up through in this room, we had to finish something before we allowed to go through. I know you'll just want to run through the maze because we more or less know where we're going now. But what if we have to turn on all the circles before we're allowed out?
It's a thought.
What do you mean, turn on all the circles?
Well, them summoning circles that we set off the first 2 times we went through.
Did we not? Did we not shut those off?
Well, yeah, no, but they reset every time we go through. The first time they all went off, and the second time they all went off. What if we have to set them all off to get out?
Piss. All right. Well, I guess that's what we frickin' doing.
Let go and let go through the maze again.
All the good things are 3.
All right.
What does that even mean?
Before we go upstairs, I'm gonna make a quick perception check to see if, like, something might have changed up there that we're unaware of, and I might hear or smell it. 14.
You don't smell anything. I don't know what you don't hear anything either.
Okay.
That's a good question. Would probably be, now that we are going through here for the 3rd time, do we notice anything suspicious at the wall or the floor which might indicate some mechanism which either allows us to skip the labyrinth at all, or at least not trigger the spawning of angry elementals?
Not on the stairway or the lower room, no.
Okay, I will do a perception check once we are upstairs, I guess.
Is that
all
a
right?
good consensus?
Everybody set on the order?
Yeah.
Yep.
Fine by me.
All right. Randy's got his sword and his shield. Pure Thomas got his I don't know, he's got some sort of bendy piece of bullshit.
I'm dexterous.
And Baku
He's got a Gumby.
And Baku have his musket ready.
You're gonna shoot in the hallway. So as you guys go up the stairs, there's a landing that would be just on the other side here. When you guys get to that landing, you can see up the next set of stairs. At the top of the set of stairs, there should just be an open archway from what you guys have seen. Now there's just a closed door, like a wooden door.
Okay.
I don't know why it sounds slightly angry.
Well, I'm gonna assume the door has no means of obviously opening it.
No, it does. It's a door.
It's
I would have
door.
said
There's a
planks of
doorknob.
wood.
Okay. Perception check. 24.
24. It's a door.
There's nothing new about it.
It's just a door, much like the ones that you've seen on the 4th floor, or like the one that you entered through. The one that you entered through was a bit bigger and had metal fittings on the outside that reinforced it, but it's just old, weathered wood.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So it's not a mimic.
It pays to be paranoid.
Don't say it's not a mimic. That just means it's a mimic now. It's definitely a mimic.
Oh, we already had a perception check on the door.
If it's a mimic, I could
Everyone
smell
knows it's
it
not
out.
a mimic until you think it's a mimic, and then it's a mimic, and then it's not a mimic because you're expecting it to be a mimic, and then the mimic eats you because you're too busy contemplating frickin' mimics!
I'm gonna poke the door with my bardiche. Is it a mimic?
You're dead!
Poke, poke, poke.
You poke the door.
And it is a mimic.
No, it's not a mimic. You poke the door. I'm not even sure if level 1 characters are aware of mimics, but you poke the door nonetheless, and it's a door. You just
Good God!
stabbing at old
Door
wood.
mimic.
Yep. No. Okay. We're just being stupid. I opened the door.
Yeah, me
thank
too.
you.
Same.
Okay, you open the door like as soon as Randy like twists. Unless Randy and Sinvolka both want to open the door
We
together.
probably, if last session is any kind of indication, we probably both go for the door at the same time. And maybe sometimes someone's head gets plowed through it. It just kind of depends.
I'm telling you, get behind me. You're the one with the reach weapon.
Fine.
Damn it.
When Randy twists the doorknob and like there's kind of like a crack of bright light that shines on everyone as he opens up the door. Without anyone really even having to move. But this is awkward. I'm gonna jump weirdly here.
You are all shot in the face.
Oops.
The light opens, and you're all
Not
shut in the
again.
face.
Oh.
There we go.
Back at the
fall
bottom
off.
of the ever-watching tower.
Yes, you all are whisked to the bottom of the ever-watching tower. The everlasting gobstopper.
The never-ending story.
Falco flies from the sky.
Yeah!
I don't
And then your
have
horse dies in the mud.
tokens for them because I couldn't find appropriate ones. Because it's just awkward to try and find ones that look correct for them. So
Bandits
I'm
with
not even going to
funny
use
guns.
tokens for them. There are 3 men. 2 of them have these like strange-looking ritual knives out. It's sunny out, by the way. It's sunny. Appears to be about the same time that you guys entered the Everwatching Tower last time. They're standing outside the door. There's a 3rd man standing in between them. They all have on the same basic attire, long white robes with one arm having a band of material over it and the other arm not. They all have embroidered on these robes a symbol of a liar. Like as soon as you enter or exit, the man in the center looks astonished by your exit. Like, who's exiting the building? And he at first he speaks to you in a language none of you understand, as it's a language that I didn't. Well, it's a language that you guys weren't told about. And then he kind of corrects himself out of surprised. I'm not going to try and do his accent because I'll just end up sounding like Michael from The Office. Trying to do the accent is, who are you?
Who the fuck are you?
He looks you up and down and he says, you are standing on our property. I demand that you tell me who you are.
I was invited into this property. My name is... I almost called myself Randall Savage. My name is Randy.
By whom were you invited into the property?
The council, right? We were invited by the council. He's leaning over to the others.
I'm real bad at remembering
I don't fucking
NPC
remember
names.
who-
Baku takes the notes in the party. We all lean over to Baku.
The council, I believe, if I recall correctly.
It was the council, right? Garrett's like, I don't fucking know, man. I was asleep during the whole meeting.
Sinvolka scratches his head.
Why do you think my eyebrows are so bushy? No one can tell.
Did you not see me take all those drugs?
I have beards. I have beards on my eyebrows.
Wait,
so you can't see what I'm seeing.
remember, I think Auburn or one of the people in the council asked us to check the tower, check out the area, and we went to the tower.
No, the tower was whoever is like in charge here. I forget. Like I don't remember titles at all. I take bad notes. But it was the person in charge. We showed up and they were here and they said the bad things were happening and we volunteered to check out the tower. But I don't remember his name at all.
It was guard captain, wasn't it?
That's probably accurate.
I know there are definitely a bunch of guards here. Someone had drawn some sigildry on the base of the tower, the surrounding cliff faces in blood.
Yeah,
We were talking at the captain of the guard, and he was like, "Hey, you should go up in there see what's going on. There's an oracle in there, and there's some bad shit maybe going on." And we said, "Aight." So we went up in there, and well, guard captain was right. There was some heinous shit going on over there, and well, long story short, the oracle's dead. Not our fault. Someone else killed him, like 4 other dudes, 5 other dudes, 4 other dudes, a bunch of other dudes. There were other dudes, and we fought with them, and they were beating up on us pretty bad, and then they left, and that's pretty much the whole story.
The man, the man looks at you all.
Y'all let me do that.
And they still have their knives out. He looks over the side of the walkway you all are standing on, the broken walkway. Looks down. When did you enter this tower?
It would have been once yesterday, and then once just now.
How many hours have you spent in the tower?
8. It would be.
More than that. We rested twice.
Yeah, 16 hours.
Well, we didn't rest the second time. We just got out of danger.
No, you
we
had
just
to rest
left.
to level up.
Okay, then we
Yeah,
rested.
well, I thought at the end of last session we were like, we're gonna leave and then rest and come back.
I thought this was a hotel.
The stairs were so spacious and comfortable to sleep upon.
Much better than the concrete slab my dwarven parents make me sleep on.
A hotel it is not. It is the Everwatching Tower. It is jointly owned by the Order of Apollo and by the royal family of Daventry. You have been in this building for 16 days.
Days?
Well, that's
Days?
news.
Holy shit.
That would explain why I'm so fucking hungry.
You see,
damn.
the Everwatching Tower spends every 1 hour as a day outside. You are trespassing on our property. He points behind him at the walkway. Exit, and we will deal with the body in the tower and any missing property.
I feel like we should have been briefed on this.
Yeah, that's a thing. Well, the dude probably didn't know. I'm assuming the guard captain is about as smart as the rest of us who aren't the wizard or the magus.
Yeah, we pretty dumb even
I
then.
was gonna say the magus and the wizard aren't exactly doing great right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of them's high on LSD, or well, he's coming down from LSD, and the other one just figured out how to swing a sword.
How to swing his sword correctly. He's not just like
Wait a
overhand
minute,
chopping.
Wait a minute. Real quick, you said, that's right, this is out of character. Real quick, 1 hour is a day?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of math and get back to you for a second. Keep going.
Yeah.
Okay, I am thinking we should get to the bottom of the hill pronto.
We should. Sinvolka will look at the people who are obviously in charge and just forgive us and take off. They seem to know what's going on.
Man.
I guess
I'm
not
sorry.
take off. Take off isn't like I'm not gonna just sprint like
Jump.
not gonna put my tail between my legs and just off down the side. That's not the plan.
So, okay.
Yeah,
keep-
no, walk
keep back.
away.
If an hour is a day, we've been in there 16 days.
At least.
Connor's gonna go
Okay,
watch
cool.
the previous episodes, count all
I
the
mean,
rounds that were
what? No.
taken.
Shouldn't
No.
we have been
I'm just,
longer in there?
We
Because,
keep
I
making
mean,
jokes about Gareth being affected by the LSD he took to punch the wall to death. If my math is correct, that means he was under the effects of that transmutation for about 40 hours in real world.
Well,
No, in real world, if we were in there for 16 days, you were under the effects of that LSD for about 300 hours. Probably more.
Yeah. Jesus.
Well, shouldn't it have been longer than 16 days? I mean,
16
No,
days
wait
and
a minute.
change.
24 hours, 10 minutes.
You went up the
Oh,
stairs.
God.
It didn't take that long to solve the puzzles, get through the maze. The maze you guys basically just sprinted through.
except from the fighting.
Oh yeah. And then you rested at the top of the tower. Then you exited and you re-entered. And you rested again to level up. And then you guys exited. That was 16 hours plus some change.
Yeah, okay, so it's like probably close to the end of his 17th day. So we spent 16 days in there.
No, it like with all the time it took you to spend to solve the puzzles and to do the puzzles again, it's not been super long. It's equaled out.
Okay. This tower could come real in handy when we gotta wait for something. You should keep that in mind.
We found our very own hyperbolic time chamber.
Yeah,
It works in reverse.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say that's a real shitty hyperbolic time chamber.
I have to go train to beat Cell. I'll be back in a day. Oh. Bad guys.
Oh, whoops.
A month passes, everyone's
Oh.
dead.
Fuck.
Hercule will save us. It'll be fine. Mr. Satan is here. Here's a
Now,
trick!
see,
I need
what
to
this,
play
what this
him in
tower would
Pathfinder.
actually be good for is if our problems got way too big to deal with and we just wanted to like veg out for a few years.
Yeah, we'll just
Blow over.
head down to the Winchester, have a pint, wait for this all to blow over.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, you know what? They can deal with their weird magic bullshit, because I'm done with this tower. Like 1,000%. I'm gonna go down off of this hill of problems. That's what this is. It's a hill full of problems.
This is this is a hill. It represents all my problems. It's too big. I'm leaving.
And I'm gonna go down into the market, and I'm gonna go buy a new sword for the one I broke in this hill of problems.
Okay. I'm assuming everyone else is leaving the tower and the rocky shore that it sits upon.
Yeah.
Kurutama
Yeah,
walks
sure.
with them and has like sparkly eyes. And
Well,
he's like,
frankly,
just,
go ahead.
just imagine how much money we can save by staying in that tower.
I thought you were gonna say switching to Geico.
No, it's not.
I mean, he's right. We just go to the bank. We open a high interest.
You get the
savings
feeling
account,
that you're
dump all our money in it,
probably
hang
not
out.
going to be allowed to re-enter that tower.
It's like we spent 16 days in there, and we didn't spend any money on any hotels or stuff.
No, but like, no, I'm saying go to the bank, open a high interest savings account, dump all of our money in it, go hang out in the tower for a few weeks.
Be the richest people ever.
And you'll get
Yeah.
3 cents.
Yeah, no shit. But
Okay.
I'm thinking it's more like Futurama. We come out, and we're suddenly billionaires.
Billionaires, but the world has changed to a different currency.
Anyway, in all seriousness, Gareth is going to descend the hill and definitely keep his eyes peeled for anything weird.
So, on your guys' way towards the marketplace, there are, in the city of Everwatch, like a few nicer looking buildings with like stone built into them, like clearly polished and like purposefully detailed stone, like their official buildings. Outside of one of the official buildings near the marketplace, we will say it's not really specific. I didn't really mark it to be super specific.
Mhm.
We'll say right there are a set of gallows. They have they have 4 spots and they're all filled.
Were those there before?
Yes, they were.
They
No, that
probably
was
just
Gareth
weren't-
and Gareth.
They're
They probably weren't full 16 days ago, I imagine.
they're filled before.
With the same
They are
people?
filled, and there are people like Some are like standing by them. Some are like walking by. Some people are spitting. Some people are like making various holy symbols towards them, I guess.
Oh, one thing I wanted to ask, since 16 days have passed, is that symbol still on the tower?
No, it's long gone.
Okay. Was just wondering.
It probably got washed off in the rain, for real.
Or cleaned off.
Yeah, that too.
If we're going into the market, Baku, you gotta follow me, because you don't speak proper language.
You do?
I speak English.
Shit.
Speak a proper language.
Damn.
So yeah, you see this. They're oh, what am I thinking of? The bodies. They have bags over their head, which is clearly like a symbol. I guess that would it would mark them as particularly. Or they don't have bags over their head. I'm sorry, which would they want people to see their face, which is clearly a mark of someone who's done something particularly bad.
All right.
Okay.
Do we recognize the people from the tower?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to
No,
ask too.
no, they don't look anything like them.
Okay.
Okay.
And you said there were like guards present?
No, not really.
All right.
Right.
There are guards nearby, I guess.
Yeah,
Like,
Kurotama
walking
is
around, but they're not specifically guarding the gallows.
I see.
Please don't go touching dead bodies.
Yes, Baku,
Kurotama
no
will
touching
ask
the dead.
someone nearby what those people did, because he is a curious guy.
I'm gonna throw a knowledge local check down real fast to see if I can identify like race, ethnicity, things of that nature. And it's 23.
Okay. There are 4 bodies, like I said. 3 humans and a halfling hang from them. And not from the bodies, but from the spots on the gallows. And Kurotama, you said that you were approaching the gallows?
I just wanted to ask someone nearby what
someone
those
nearby.
people did. Yeah.
Okay, do you speak English?
I think I do. I'm not sure. I have Common, Sylvan, and Pick 3.
Oh, congratulations! I made the character, but I can't pick the languages in a setting I don't know the languages for.
Well, I didn't know the languages in the setting, so
He posted them like 3 times.
Common, Sylvan,
Did in fact, even I got him.
Yeah.
Those
I'm
are
prob-
all the like super major languages. There are smaller languages scattered throughout.
Okay. I probably have mostly languages from the Dragon Continent, I assume.
Alright, me and
Probably.
Baku have a problem.
Baku can't even speak to you.
No. Does Baku speak Orcish?
No.
Okay, yeah, no, me and Baku can't talk to each other at all.
Oh, we're good.
Which
This
is
is great.
Here we
They
go
touch
again.
each other on Auburn's Isle.
That whole bit where he was like, I'm gonna touch your teeth, and I was like, no, you're not. That was all just screaming and gibberish.
Me
Wait,
go my
wait.
good teeth. No!
Where was this
Saw a
at?
bird coming at him. He
To
understood the
touch your
word
face?
That was in the tower when he was passed out.
Oh,
teeth.
yeah. No, you guys have had problems speaking to each other since you guys left Auburn's Isle.
Nice.
Okay,
So if we go into the market,
Got
someone's
it,
gonna
Ed.
have to come with me and Baku, so I can talk to you and you can talk to Baku.
Part of me's thinking this is like half the reason they sent Gareth with you guys is because I speak all of your languages.
That might be it.
After a rank in knowledge local, Sinvolka speaks Aistron, Sylvan, Celestial, and I think I spelled English Angelish.
It's Engelish.
I was close.
English.
Now you speak a language that you made up and nobody knows that's bad.
So I'm gonna
Speak the language of the Angles.
Yeah.
That was really close.
That's what the particular race of Angleshire and Daventry are.
Mm-hmm.
Or not race, human sub-ethnicity.
Okay, so in the market, so how many of us are going to be buying items?
Well, first I have to resolve Kuratama speaking to a passerby. The passerby, he points at them and he says, "Oh yeah, the other day I don't know why I'm speaking like I'm from Harlem. I'm trying to do an English accent. Oh yeah, they hung those boys a couple days ago. They're royalists, terrorists. They killed a few guards, stashed him in a basement."
Oh. Man, it really seems to be getting common these days.
That's a little more hardcore than when we went in.
I mean, would you really call that more hardcore than breaking into a tower and murdering the Oracle?
Nah. That's a good point. My point still stands as to that is a much more hardcore crime in this town than we were expecting when we went in the tower.
That's true. But it's like the second time that we encountered that now, right? Because that's pretty much what's happened on Evans Isle too, when those thugs murdered their way through the cities or villages, whatever. They killed a bunch of guards there too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
The
Anyway.
the man, as he's like walking away, he's like, "It's really strange too, considering William Pillard and a bunch of his men just ran off afterwards. I'm moving to Ireland."
Oh, goody.
Isn't that tiny dot over there?
No, Ireland is Auburn's Isle. Ireland / Texas.
Oh, God.
Oh, jeez.
Iris.
What a horrible combination.
Kish.
Texas.
Texas.
It's a mix between Irish and Texan, so they have like a really horrible accent.
Howdy, y'all! We had us a potato famine in the 1800s. I don't think
We
that was.
still
never
hate
fully
the English
recovered.
for it.
God, I should say.
So we've learned that 4 people have died for being bad and killing guards.
Allegedly.
Oh, allegedly.
Well,
And you also learned that the man who was screaming in the town square 16 days ago ran off with a bunch of people from the town into the wilderness.
oh, we got a cult going. Okay.
With a bunch of royalists.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
If it
Is
was
that like a
apparent, William Pillard did favor King Alexander. I'm not sure if you picked up on that.
No, I didn't pick up on that at all.
It tracks.
Garrett's gonna have to take someone aside in a minute and ask a question. Like,
How do I breathe?
yeah, pretty.
How do I breathe without
Long
you?
exhale. Help!
What is love?
They don't hurt me.
I believe in a thing called love.
Okay, calm down.
I believe in a thing called love is a statement.
It's also a song by The Darkness.
Love the darkness.
Yep. Okay, game. Pathfinder.
Okay, back to pretending to be serious. Like we keep hearing about the royals and everything, and I feel like at some point Gareth's just gonna like pull Randy or someone aside, be like, "So like, I was half paying attention like up to this point. Whose team are we on?"
Not the royalists.
Okay, thank you. Good,
yeah,
good.
we're on the other one. They're
Okay.
the bad guys.
Okay, all right. Royals bad. Good job.
I think.
Yeah,
Shit.
we were never given a
Leave me
team.
again.
Go
You
here.
know,
Bad
you
things are
guys
happening.
the third party.
The party that can choose which way
You're
they're
on
gonna go.
Team Adventurers.
Team adventurer with a paladin in tow, so
Well,
we're on the good
we're-
side.
I'm on team doing my own sort of thing, I guess.
Well, that's what I mean. If we didn't have a paladin in tow, it would be team, I want this money.
I like all the good saves, I'm sorry.
Sin Volka's a really crappy paladin. He's just in it for the health insurance.
Yep. And the mental stability.
Lay on hands costs way less than a hospital visit.
Touching yourself.
Says the Canadian.
Healing through masturbation.
Damn it, Joe.
He figures, man, I've been touching myself for free all these years.
Anyway, not only should it benefit me in some other way, I should be able to charge other people for me to touch them.
They say do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life.
Oh, jeez. Do we have to cut that all out?
We do.
Just coming at people like coin purse in one hand, deedle arm in the other.
Can we?
All right, yeah. Sorry about that.
Can we get back to the...
So. So. All right.
Continue, Joe.
I've lost
my train of thought because I'm trying to remember, like you guys, like you were like taken aside. Someone's trying to go to the store, but you guys are getting like, I want to buy a sword. Story things are happening. Story things are happening. Can I buy a sword? Story things.
He needs a sword. He needs a dex weapon. Someone give that man a dagger.
I shut up. I tried to shut up when I told the story.
Story then.
Go ahead and you find yourself an appropriate sword for the appropriate price. Right? We have story to get through. We have less time than usual.
We can go a little later. I don't have as much tournament to edit.
Well, I have to get up at 6:45 tomorrow.
Yeah, and I don't want to keep Tommy up till 6 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, seriously,
you have
go
to
ahead.
work on Sunday?
Yeah.
That sucks.
America.
North
I get 30 minutes for lunch on Sundays for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, but whatever.
Anyway, go ahead.
Well, it's actually up to you guys at the moment. The man walks off after telling you. You have all of the things that you have up to this point. You have the letter. You have the notebook. And you have that piece of paper that was left on the table in the library. Baku and Randy are able to buy their non-magical weapons without hassle.
What about other non-magical items?
Go ahead, just for the sake of time.
Okay.
Okay, so real quick question. Could I find masterwork quality stuff in this city? And if so, would that cost the normal amount, or would that be different?
Masterwork, go ahead and tack on another 50 to a masterwork item.
Okay.
I've already got
you can find them.
all the gear I need for a little while, so I have like a shopping list of a bunch of random crap that honestly I'm not going to roleplay through because it's just Gareth going to the freaking grocery store, basically.
Yeah. I'm just holding out for the item crafters to get the item crafting feats, then they can have my gold.
Ooh, two more levels.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to do much magic before like level 5 and 9.
Yeah.
At level 12, you're basically as good as any other wizard with crafting.
Excuse me.
For now,
I forget what it's called, but there's a feat that allows you, as long as you have the levels to cast it, essentially, as long as you have the hit dice to cast a spell, you don't need to cast a spell to make a magic item.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing it with class features.
Eamon did that, and he was making
was very good.
stuff all the time.
All the clockwork armies.
Yeah.
All of my anger, but okay.
Anywho, so let's... Is there like a town center and or
That's the
government
market.
building?
Government, there are several, like I said. It's clearly like a courthouse or something where the bodies are outside of.
Alright. So I guess that would be my first thought, is go there and try to find someone in charge, ask them what's going on. Because we can try to go out in the woods and find these people, but it's needle in a haystack. Scent will only get me so far.
Yeah, especially after 16 days.
Yeah, for sure.
The dude seemed a little weird to begin with, and so the thought of just our first course of action, the crazy dude ran off into the woods with a whole whack of people. Let's go get him!
Pathfinder.
Like with a whole whack of people, like Everwatch is like I think it's like 11,000 people, and he left with like a couple hundred people.
Whew. We are
like
only
it was a
5.
mass exodus.
Yeah, that is not a small number.
Okay.
But maybe after grocery shopping will be good. So
Yeah.
continue your stuff. I'll be over here.
I guess also, like, unless you guys, like, immediately want to go into the courthouse and try to figure stuff out, at the risk of getting myself killed, Sinvolka is going to spend perhaps, like, 10-15 minutes, perhaps longer, wandering around the people, and I'm just going to make... If this was 3-5, it would be a gather information check, but it's not 3-5, it's Pathfinder, so I'm just going to throw a perception check at the table. I just want to, like...
Well, you use a perception as a... Perception does count as a gather information check. Or no, it's diplomacy.
So it's a 30. I just, like, I don't want to talk to anyone. I just want to hear, like the pulse of Everwatch, essentially, if that makes any sense at all.
The pulse of Everwatch.
You know what I mean? Like, what people are talking about, what's going on, how they feel.
Do you speak English?
I do.
You do. People, are mostly talking, there's not a huge... They're talking about the hanging, and they're talking about William Pillard leaving, and they're talking about how it was a shame, like, he was a war hero, like, why did he have to be a scuzzball? Some of them are like, he was a war hero, I feel like I should have left with him. It is clearly like a good, like, 25-75 divide, though favoring which side you don't know exactly, but like there's clearly a sizable portion of the populace, just in your short amount of time walking around, either dislikes or likes what Pillard has done.
Right.
Though there's a lot of like doubts cast on whether he orchestrated or not.
Okay. Alright, I'll rejoin the squad, and I guess let's hit that courthouse. That's the first time
I was about to have Gareth go help you, but then you were like, it's a diplomacy check. I'm like, I'm easily... No, I'm not.
Yeah, Baku is...
Just leave me in the basement with the tools and I'm good.
Well, Baku is busy window shopping until time to go to the courthouse after buying items.
Well, Sinvolka can certainly do it by himself if, like, nobody's doing anything else. Or rather, if people are, like, crafting and stuff. Well, crafting.
I mean, I can go with you because I speak the language, but I ain't sure what help I'm going to be.
Alright. Alright, Sinvolka will enter the courthouse and see if he can, like... I can't read, that I don't know if there's signs anyway, but I'm just going to try to find, like, the most important person.
Well, I'll go with you,
it's-
because Gareth can read.
It's just a big open room. There's a it's packed with people at the moment. They're like going everywhere. Like there's a line down the center of the room. There are pews on either side, and then the very front there's another like wooden partition. There's a man sitting on a high, a high elevated place above everyone else. He's wearing kind of like a long floor-length robe with blue and white marked on it, and just kind of simple like blue sleeves and a white. The rest is white.
Okay.
There are a couple of guards standing nearby. It appears to be someone like... It appears to just be like someone will come up, and guard will read like a list of charges, and then he'll sentence them to like time in debtor's prison or like conscription, or something like that.
All right. So like court is actively in session right now.
Yeah.
All right. So then Sinvolka's just gonna find like a quiet seat somewhere in the back and listen and observe and see what he can pick up.
Okay, legit, Gareth is gonna hang with Sinvolka, because even though he is not at all charismatic, he is at least smart enough to see crap and read crap for him.
Seems good.
Yep, so there you go.
Okay. There appears to be very little reading going on, other than, like, the judge and the bailiff are the only ones reading in this room. Like, clearly everyone else is, like, either poor or, well, everyone in there is poor as crap. You assume because anyone who'd be rich to go to court would have their own special session outside of court.
Fair.
Okay.
Okay. So what's going on there specifically right now? Is there anything... Is it just, like, random things that happen in the day, or is it anything super serious?
No, there's nothing super serious.
Okay. In that case...
Is there any law official type of people?
I'm sure. Yeah, there was
Yeah,
blue and white. The House of Azor has joined us here on the City of Everwatch.
Fantastic.
There's clearly a man, there's like a guard who is like clearly the super guard. We would call him the man in like pre-Renaissance, post-Middle Ages. We would call him the bailiff. There's a judge, I forget, basically the lord, I guess.
Okay.
That's what you would call him, though he is not the lord of the city because there's no longer a royal presence in Daventry except for, like, the House of Daventry still exists, but they are simply just the richest people in the kingdom, and they're kind of figureheads.
Fair. So does it look like these guys might be approachable?
No.
Okay.
That's, like, clearly there are guards there, like, separating people who have claims in court, essentially. There's a big wooden partition between like the entryway and the seating, and then another wooden partition between the seating and the actual courtroom floor.
All right. Well, I could always message him, tell him that we need to speak to him in private. Or we could stand in line and wait.
I am thinking setting up a meeting later in the day or tomorrow would be best.
That's fair. Okay, so Sinvolka is going to get within message range. I forget what that is, but I think it's like 45 feet plus.
Yeah,
So-
it's not very far.
So I'm going to cast message, and I'm going to point it. The Lord will call him, and I will... my lord, we must speak.
Okay,
Please
you like
wait.
start speaking. He like stands up in the room and like shouts like, "Who said that?" He like looks at the guards. I do not recognize that. He looks at the guards beside him and he's like, "What is this?" Everyone's kind of like the whole courtroom goes quiet.
Low magic setting.
I was like, Gareth looks at you like, the fuck are you doing?
I was thinking you were going to contact one of his subordinates, writing a letter to have a
Write a
meeting
letter, Jesus.
for tomorrow.
If we want to be like subtle about giving him a message, just like make a paper airplane and I'll mage hand it around in the air.
Who is making that paper fly? What is this? Which?
Sir, it's just air. Oh.
Okay, there's a Volca, so this
I
is...
guess I will stand up and remember I'm in a low magic setting.
No.
I shouldn't have played a synthesist, I guess. Oh,
No.
And just... I'm sorry.
Yellow Wolfman stands up.
I'm sorry. We must speak. It's urgent. Please be a good diplomacy check. Okay, it's a 17. That's not bad.
Not bad.
Thank the gods.
Like you stand up and apologize, and he looks at you. He's like, "Get out of here and take your witchcraft out."
Okay.
Points at the door. He is very angry. He has been made a fool of in front of the entire courtroom. He does not look happy. He's kind of pudgy, and now his face is like beet red.
Oh, he's turned into Vernon Dursley, a la Harry Potter. All right. I guess that was probably our only recourse.
Yeah, you kind of done fucked that for us.
Yeah. The only chance we have getting an audience is if
sending the
us...
kitsune back in human form or fox form, depending on what form they were in a second ago, and having them wait in line.
Well, I was actually probably didn't go in there because with my low charisma, I'm not interested in that kind of stuff. Kurutama probably spent the time walking around the market, just looking at stuff.
All right, Kurutama.
Well, you don't exactly need high charisma to make a meeting. They're bureaucrats.
And even with high charisma, you can still screw it up. It's low magic.
I mean,
yeah, by using witchcraft in a public forum on a judge.
There's the session title. Don't use witchcraft in public forums on judges. Or just witchcraft!
I mean, was it super... I don't think it was super obvious that Randy was with you guys. I could just stay in line.
Seems good.
Okay, so you want to do that then?
Yeah, I don't know how to make a meeting, but I guess that can't be that hard, right?
I do have charm person.
Low magic setting.
That one's subtle.
Yeah, at least the charm person is like, we're friends now, not I'm speaking inside your mind.
The charm person is more, hey, buddy, and he's like, oh, you look friendly. I like you. And it's not, I'm in your brain. Come to a private meeting.
I am going to...
You'll meet us outside the courthouse at 11 p.m. No cops. Bring 10,000 gold unmarked coins in a duffel bag and leave it under a rock between 31st and Park Avenue.
Why is he freaking out? I don't know.
Kane, I have a happy idea. Baku and Randy, we are both going to play waiting in the line game to ask for an audience.
We're gonna play what?
Waiting in the line game.
Wine.
You guys are both gonna pull out your Nintendo Switches. You're gonna play some Pokemon.
Waiting in the line game.
Yes, don't you know the official game waiting in the line of very, very long lines. Just
go to the head of the room.
Yeah, I do that. I go to the head of the room. Is there a line? I'll go to the head of the line. I don't know. I don't go to the head of the line. I ain't cutting in the line.
Your Honor! Your Honor!
Is there a beginning and end of the line that's quite visible to see?
There's kind of an end to the line. It's constantly forming.
All right, let's just get in line.
Sinvolka will wait outside because he's a scary
I would
wolf
probably ask Randy to teach me English, or how do you pronounce the one language?
Man, I don't think you're gonna get much farther than like, where's the bathroom
English,
in the time.
English.
Hi, how are you? My name is Baku. Where is the bathroom?
Wait
a second.
Can you meet me there?
What was he charged with? Where is the bathroom?
I mean, you know, depending on how long it.
How do I get to the library?
Biblioteca.
Donde es el biblioteca?
Yeah, depending on how long we're in this line, I guess like Randy and Baku sort of like gesture and referentially try to like teach each other words and phrases in respective languages. Randy's doing English, obviously, and I guess Baku's doing, I don't know, some weird bird shit.
It would be probably what is the trader language?
Avastron,
which is Italian.
Oh.
I speak Italian.
Do you?
We used to be really important, but now we make shoes.
Oh, does Randy know Astron as well?
No, I know English, Orc, and German, or Centron.
Centron, yeah.
Why orc?
It was going to be part of his backstory, but he ended up doing humanitarian work. I should probably change it.
Fair enough.
You lived with a. She could have taught you.
Oh yeah. The orcish woman who ran the. Don't worry about it.
That ran the bra.
What's her name?
It's hold on, I got a Google document. I'm gonna open up a Google document and I'm gonna tell Joseph the name of this character.
Blotchskin.
Yes. Blotchkin Brook?
Haha,
the tables have tabled.
Blotchkin Brugla.
Okay, Blotchkin Brugla.
Good
to remember because I don't know where the hell that document went.
Oh, you can just go to our message history in Discord.
Yeah. There's backstory reasons. That's why he knows orc.
Got it.
Get off my back.
The same reason I know Sylvan.
Get up and off and down off of my genitals.
What?
No.
What?
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 What? All right, they get
What
to the
are you
line.
talking about?
So I'm teaching Baku English, and he's teaching me bird shit. And we've been standing in line for a while now. I point at the bathroom, and I'm like, toilet. And he points to the back room, and he's like, "Bah!"
Yeah, it would be Tengu. What would be the?
I think most of Tengu is just different squawks.
It's like look. It's like I don't remember what they're. Wookiees.
Shriwook?
That's it. Treewalk.
I am picturing. I am picturing the crowd around us giving Randy and me odd looks.
As you all start trying to speak in Shriwook in the line, like you're going to a weird con.
It just sounds like we're arguing and we don't understand each other. I'm like, toilet, and he's like, Bach, and I'm like, not Bach, toilet.
Okay. The D100 has spoken. There are a couple of guards that are checking people, like asking people questions as they go through the line. But as time goes on, they've seemed to have gotten more and more tired of asking it, to the point where they just like look at someone and just be like, let them through into the line that goes up to the courtroom floor itself. When it gets to Baku and Randy as well, they're doing the same thing. They look at Baku for a long time. It feels like not like an awkwardly long time, but not like they look at Baku for like 5 minutes, just staring deeply into Baku's eyes.
Is this because of Baku is a tech piece of breed?
It's because he's a Tengu.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's because you're a giant
sentient
bipedal bird.
You're scary.
You're a non-terrifying terror bird.
No axe beaks here.
And they look at you, and I guess they just assume that because you're a beast race, you've done something.
Prejudice.
When it gets to Randy, they look at Randy as well. They'd probably look at him for like an awkwardly long amount of time as well, considering like a heavily armed man is walking into the courtroom. They aren't necessarily threatened by you because there's way more of them than there are of you. And they let Randy pass as well, probably assuming Randy's done something illegal in a scenario or something.
Oh, he looks like he's got some fines to pay.
I would accompany Randy as well. I am somewhat heavily armed as well.
Says the man with the musket.
There's still like 7 of them versus 2 of them. And you guys are level 2, and they can tell.
Yeah, I ain't. Well, they
They
look at
see
our
the meta.
character sheets and they're like, "Well, you ain't shit."
They're one of those players. When PvP happens, they get up, go over to your side of the table, read your character sheet. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll fight you.
You have how many?
That's
hit points?
not fair.
Oh yeah, I feel pretty good about this.
Let's see.
So we're in line.
Okay, so it does take a long time to eventually get to the front of the room. So Volka is typing. The music is slang, you're right.
Toilet, squawk, chair, squawk, door, squawk.
Squawk with the head turned to left slightly. You gotta break out that bird voice, man. You gotta do it. I believe in you.
A chair, toilet, a door, and Baku tried to repeat the English word.
Well, I mean, you're a Corvid. You're actually probably pretty good at it.
Yeah.
True.
You might not know what at all you're saying, but you're very good at mimicking sounds.
And what were you charged with? Tortoise?
Toilet, chair, bathroom.
Toilet,
chair,
Toilet, chair.
I don't know what that last one, but it sounds illegal as shit.
Why is
Sorry,
Gareth
keep it in the
casting
wrong
Ray Frost?
Gareth has lost his mind. No.
Bang! I got a bomb. Remember that?
Yeah.
Men in white robes appear and face masks at me.
And
Quivering
I
palm
fly
your
away.
ass.
Okay. No, I'm just doing my spell book and I keep hitting the button by accident.
Fair enough.
It takes a while. Everyone else, it's like, we'll say, it maybe not incredibly long. We'll say like 2 hours before Baku and Randy get their time in the courtroom. When you guys finally get to the front of the line, you guys are kind of like roughly shoved out into the middle of the courtroom. A man, like, the bailiff, he, like, holds out his hand for, like, you've seen it enough times. He expects you to hand him, like, a ticket or, like, decree that you were given at some point because you were charged with a crime but not arrested.
Nah, baby, we just here to make a meeting.
No, baby.
I hope you don't call him baby.
No, I said B. I think B. I know I'll mumble a lot, but like you're making inferences. Shut up, baby. You know it.
Anyway, so Randy's saying,
hitting on the bailiff.
saying to set up a meeting.
Only if it works.
The bailiff looks at you for a second, and a meeting. The Lord has no time for meetings. Have you been charged with a crime?
Not recently.
I would show the
Then you
material.
are wasting our time.
I would
Please
show
leave.
I would show Randy the item and notes I took in the lighthouse tower.
Birdman, fetch!
Yeah, I am trying to show talk in English temple terms to you.
Tortoise! Tortoise! Tortoise!
So
I think chair toilet.
Where would he have got tortoise? When was there a tortoise?
It's just a random word that came to mind.
There was a druid in here, and he had a turtle, and it was
paper, a tower.
That's why the line takes so long. The druid's on his turtle, just
Randy,
pondering.
tell, and then the person name, and then I show the paperwork and notes to you.
So Baku flails about and hands you a notebook, a notebook, a piece of paper, and a letter, I guess.
Yeah, this is everything, all the important details we learned in the tower about
Can
the
I
crime
proofread
scene
that
and
first?
event.
Proofread what?
the bird is giving him a written list.
No, not a written list. He's handing him the objects from the party loot.
Oh, my bad. Okay, sorry.
Well, I mean, how good's your memory? We gonna need these again? I have copies.
These are the original copies. You would know for sure. I didn't write any of this down.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Especially
Like,
'cause we can't read it.
are we gonna need this again or not? Like, I'm
Probably
remember. You got like an identifier,
Probably
you got
not.
a photographic memory.
I actually can copy them.
As you guys are trying to figure out how memory works, Gareth is just making notes.
Probably not. As long as Gareth can, Cletus can take notes of what was written in the paperwork.
So Randy is handed again that letter that oh god, that Byron stole from Gareth that Auburn couldn't read. He's handed the notebook from the tower with the liar on the front and the one page of scrawlings in it, and then a piece of paper with like light shading, gray shading most of it, and then dark shading on one side, like in a sphere. It's masterwork and a half, Tommy.
Right.
Yeah.
I know. I just don't know what the base is.
$350 was what he charged me.
Okay, gotcha. That's what I do while this is happening. Not to like hold anything up.
That's fine. Baku hands that to you, squawks, maybe says the word toilet.
Toilet?
Tortoise?
Squawk, tortoise, toilet, paperwork.
You gotta like contract your throat as you squawk. You gotta like choke it off a little.
Tommy, I'm not gonna spend the time learning how to.
Not you, the man who is the Tengu.
You're talking to Donald.
Yeah.
Don't worry, he can figure it out in his own. Make the bird voice your own. Don't listen to Tommy. He's full of shit.
Anyway,
if we are
talking to the VIP.
No, we're talking to the bailiff.
Yeah,
no, I'm doing it.
Mayor VIP.
Well, I don't know what I'm supposed to. I can't be handing the bailiff all these notes. He ain't gonna do anything with them.
Tell him what happened. Squawk, tell Tower what happened in it. Squawk.
Squawk.
We could make this really quick, a lot quick. Gareth is still in the frickin' courthouse. I could just translate back and forth. You don't have to do the squawks.
Okay. Sure.
Get over here, you dwarf!
Fucking rude! You come over here!
I'm already in line!
Good for you!
I waited 2 hours!
Fine! Just comes on over.
Okay,
You can get
Gareth pushes his
afterwards.
way through the peasants. Everyone is guffawing at you. The guards are like, "What are you?" As you walk past them,
Take
pushing
chill
through
your
peasants.
crap. I'm not here for a meeting. I'm just talking to my friends. Be right out.
We got all these notes from the tower, and I think Bird wants me to give them to the bailiff, but I don't think bailiff's gonna do anything with them. But we should have a meeting with someone who knows something about something, because like there's a whole bunch of nasty shit going on, and someone killed the oracle in the tower, and like we got all these notes, but I don't know how to read these notes.
All right. Well, if we're gonna give anyone the notes, they're probably gonna. Well, if this is the law house, they're going to keep them for goddamn ever. So, give me them. Give me like 10 minutes. I'll have them all copied, and then we can Can we give them right to the Lord, or?
The bailiff is still standing, tapping his foot. He says, "All 3 of you need to leave. You are disrupting this house of law."
One might say you're even dividing it.
Screw you.
Yeah,
Maybe we should just take it to a constable or someone who gives a crap.
Yeah, probably.
Yep. Baku leads whenever everyone else does.
Okay, real quick. Why were we trying to get the guy specifically, like this guy?
I'm just trying to
No,
find
we weren't trying
somebody
to talk
important.
to the bailiff. We were trying to talk to the judge.
Judge Dredd.
Or...
The Judge Dredd. The Judge Bailiff. Judge Lord Bailiff Dredd.
Cool.
Bailiff Dredd.
Bailiff Dredd.
Constable Worrisome.
Judge, jury, executioner, and dude who stands in the back of the courthouse.
With a sweet helmet.
Yeah. I was gonna say, if we desperately need the bailiff, I can charm him. If not, then
I'm just
I'd
trying to
rather
find
keep the spell.
information.
Yeah, no, if we're gonna take these notes to someone, we should maybe take them to the guard captain. I mean, this feels like it's his job to investigate this sort of nonsense.
Yeah. Ignore the judge in the courthouse for now. We can leave the bailiff. Thank you for a very good day, sir. I like what you've done with your hair, even though I think you might be bald anyway. But moving on, we before we hand anything over to anyone, I would
He
like.
has a lot of hair.
He is, yeah, I rolled these dice and he's got so many hair.
He's got.
He has
You
so
don't
much
even know.
hair to the point that Gareth thinks he's wearing a wig. So,
Yeah.
The powdered wig, even.
If you're older 100, you'd think it like so much hair that like he doesn't. It's just gone full circle.
The bailiff's wearing a powdered wig. Nobody really understood why the judges were wearing those, and so everyone just in the courthouse kind of started doing it.
It's actually Beard. He plays a lot of roles in this campaign, not unlike
Oh, no.
Deacon in Fallout 4, just following you around, changing
Oh
outfits.
no. Okay, so step 1, we leave the courthouse before the bailiff kicks our ass. Step 2, we go to wherever the heck we were staying, I assume an inn, and you give me a quill, some pieces of paper in 15 minutes, and I'll have everything copied word for word.
Alright, yeah, no, having backups doesn't sound like a half terrible idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, bam.
I mean, I can't read them, but we got them.
There's that,
I love that spell.
right?
That spell.
Scrivener's Chant.
I love that.
Gareth starts just yelling at a pen and it writes everything for him.
He's the pen's hype man.
Yeah, not what's on the paper or anything. He's just like yelling nonsense at it.
Give me like 15 minutes. Like, what do you need to like sit down and write it? No, just like, I just have to like point at this quill a few times in a row. Oh,
Starts screaming at it in dwarf.
the problem is we need to go back to the inn so he can do it in like the room or something where no one's going to see a quill magically writing itself.
Yeah.
And I don't want to like just take all the notes and just hustle into the courtroom bathroom.
Bathroom?
Toilet!
Yeah, no, Gareth just takes the papers and goes, toilet! And we've come full circle.
Okay. Gareth is currently magically copying the papers. I need to BRB for like 2 minutes, so continue and I'll be right back.
Yeah, real time. This is all in real time now. All right.
All right.
So he's getting copies of these. What do we want to do with the original? The copy.
Hold on to them.
As long as we have copies, I really don't care which one we give away.
The actual evidence we should probably get the original evidence we should give to the law enforcement people, and then we keep the copies.
Yeah, that sounds of sound logic. So, is there like a constabulary, like wherever the sheriff or the guard captain? I always assume it's a southern setting because that's what's stuck in my brain. But wherever the guard captain is, to talk to him, give him this evidence, because he knows that we went into that tower a fortnight ago.
Fortnite.
Jesus.
No.
One
Stop with the
12-year-old ago.
We went into the tower a pubga ago. Thank you very much.
No.
Oh, they're both crap.
Yeah.
Immediate loss of subscribers. Anyway.
Oh no! Oh, the fad game. Oh no!
I actually have an interjection for Gareth going to the.
Bathroom.
No, we went to an
I
inn.
do actually. Not for the
interjection. Go ahead.
but for him going to the thing. Where did it go? Why?
What?
There it is. All right.
Oh, I thought someone was like yelling. I was like, "What the hell is
no,
going on?"
I thought Joseph. I thought
Why?
Joseph was just RPing out of nowhere, and I got really confused.
Right?
You run past a man screaming in the courtyard. Where did it go? The best years of my life, God.
I am imagining when Cletus is making the
Gareth.
notes.
His name is Gareth. His tag is Cletus.
Gareth, when he's making notes. Baku is learning other words at the tavern in English.
Yeah, you probably are if you just listen to the
Ale! Biscuits! Toilets!
Barmaid, ale, coin.
I mean, that's far enough to get a drink and pay for it, right?
Actually, yes.
Yeah, he just says those 3 words in that order.
And they're like, done.
Barmaid, ale, coin!
Coin.
And they just like slap a pint down in front of him and he has no idea why.
Yeah, barmaid, ale, coin. And I give my coin out.
Alright. Let's see. Please.
Please!
Consider
Corn!
following.
What's happening?
Bill.
Bill, now the science guy.
I'm just gonna
Damn it!
make sure to just take this extra big.
Kurotama-san makes a good point in the Roll20 chat if he says ale followed by toilet. Maybe in meta, Baku should really invest in the bluff so everyone can just believe the best version of what he's trying to say.
Oh, look at him, he's adorable and stupid.
So after a couple hours of waiting in line, I gotta drag the. Alright, so we're gonna stop off here.
Waiting in
On our way
line.
over to here.
Ah, we've gone back to the ever-watching tower. Our nightmare
gosh.
continues.
No, it won't let me go to this. Please allow me to be there. There we are.
Oh, we're here.
Oh, then the music
Wherever here
stops.
Uh-oh, there's a spooky.
There. Oh,
There's a spooky man
All the
here.
spookies.
I see a spooky,
want that.
so I should switch to
That's
the battle screen! Just assuming we're gonna
that's-
immediately try to fight this person. Just
We're fighting on the wall. I'm standing in the hearth. It burns. Ow!
Baku is by the barrel of ale.
Sinvolka is going to go. Well, I guess
Oh
not.
god, the music changed.
Around the hearth.
Did the music change? I didn't. It's still folk round to me.
Oh
Yeah.
no, it changed for a second when he was doing the screen, and then I put that in the chat because I'm overacting as the joke. You see him just being funny and filming.
I rolled a bunch of Zada bombs. I'm the Unabomber. I make things explode.
Gareth
Nice.
is startled. He blows up the entire building.
I'm so incredibly hairy and angry.
Can we really say that Gareth is
Um,
so incredibly hairy compared to the rest of the people in this setting, though? He seems to be at a lack. To
yeah.
say.
Does he have a universe? A universe unibrow?
He has a universe.
Let him get to
He
create
is
Demiplane.
God.
He'll get to create
Well, at
Demiplane.
20th level.
He'll have a universe. He's got to work on it.
Honestly, at 20th level, Gareth, if he gets a pocket dimension, it's just gonna be Reality Marble from like Fate.
Seems good.
I think I'm the only one that gets that reference, and that makes
I
me.
was gonna say the anime reference kind of fall on deaf ears. Maybe the German knows, but
My girlfriend's calling me a nerd.
fuck you, Stephanie.
Nah,
All right.
good looking out.
When you guys go to the inn to copy down the documents that you have. The inn is mostly empty, except for there's a bartender, and then sitting in a darkened corner, there's a man wearing like dark robes. He's sitting down. There's a cat. There isn't actually a cat. It's just my cat is now attacking my foot. He's sitting in the corner. He's like watching you all as you all sit down.
Alright.
Okay.
What's with the spooky dude?
Let's roll a sense motive check and see if we can
I was gonna
figure
say,
out.
who wants to deal with this first?
21 sense motive. I will also detect evil. I have a
you don't
22.
detect evil.
Baku is my buddy. Damn it!
Hey,
The man's sitting in the corner. From what you can tell, he's like intently watching you,
Alrighty.
and like it's clear that he is like, if he wanted to, he could probably hide it, but he's being very apparent about it.
Alright. Is he as shady as like the token looks?
Yeah, he is very shady.
Alright.
He is covered head to toe, and what you can see is leather, black leather.
I found the Zonkathon guy.
Do you want to talk to him or should
He
I?
looks just like his token. He's actively being rained upon in the corner.
Right by the fire.
He's so edgy, rain happens.
Yeah, he's so edgy a rain cloud formed above his head.
It's Eeyore. Eeyore has become human. Anyway, Sinvolka will look at Randy. We'll look at everybody and just kind of like nod in his direction.
Alright, Randy gets up.
Baku, get up.
Kurotama follows.
Well, calm down. It's not like we're gonna go over and kick his ass. I just want to talk at him.
Well, we want
Well,
ass-kicking
we
insurance.
Know that.
We might kick his ass. We
Well,
don't know
then
yet.
just turn your chairs around, you spazozoids.
Alright.
But we look more menacing if we all go.
We have to snap
This
a
is
la
a
West Side Story.
We don't have to walk in a group snapping our fingers.
Well,
Never ever divide. Never.
Don't
ever
split the party. We're all talking
Hang
about
on.
one NPC.
I'm not saying we shouldn't walk at him while snapping our fingers in unison because that'd be baller as hell. I'm just saying we don't have to.
Alright. So Sinvolka will move over and
You
just...
do that, everyone's gonna be super confused.
I'm assuming the squad moves with me, and I'm gonna move up to him and just... Yes?
Well,
Alright, squad
Baku will
fam.
move with you, so actually the squawk moves with you.
squad goals. Squawk goals.
Gareth. There we go.
I moved him.
Oh,
We
yeah.
forgot the nerd!
You had to move your obligation.
Thank you.
Oh. So when you approach, like when you guys get an earshot for him to be able to whisper, he's just walking around with such importance and well, very conspicuous documents is not recommended.
Oh, so you know what these are?
Of course, I know what they are.
Well, what the hell are they?
Set them out on the table.
All right, put the originals. We got copies. Put the originals on the table.
Do we have copies yet?
Yeah, you were making copies.
Yeah, Gareth.
Yeah, good
goes-
point. No, I was just wondering how much time had passed, and then I realized how fast this freaking quill goes. So yeah, we got copies. All right, set them down.
As you guys are setting out the copies, he points at spots around the booth he's sitting. He's like, "You sit here. You sit here. You sit here. You sit here." Kind of like instructing you to make like a bodily wall around the table. Yeah, that was a cat.
Ooh, this is getting spoopy.
Oh, spoopy.
There's cats.
Just cats. Cats happen. Spoops. He like lays it all out. He looks at it all. He's like, you can see like this pale-skinned, very like gaunt-faced man under the black robes. He as he lays out the documents that you guys have set down, he like taps on each one of them, like pointing out things on them to himself. He looks at these. You have copies, yes?
Well, yeah.
He lets me take them.
Why?
because it's in your best interest.
Here
Gareth
comes a
looks to the
sense
others
motive
first.
check. It's a 25. Is it truly in our best interest?
You have no clue.
What about a 26?
You have no
What
clue.
about a 5?
You have no clue.
What about a 9,000?
You have you'd probably have a clue, but you did roll a 9,000.
My mistake.
I love.
Donald, do you have that as a back row? +1 to skill
Yeah,
use
yeah,
guidance cantrip.
Yes.
Bam, bam, bam.
Toilet! Toilet!
Nope. Okay.
Yeah, none of you have any clue.
Okay.
Why should-
Well,
It sounds kind of fishy to me. It's like, why would he ask for those copies? Especially without giving us an explanation.
why is it in our best interests?
Look here. All right, friend. I got no idea who you are, or what you can do for us, or what any of this is about. However, I know we would very much like to keep some of this information, so I would like a little bit more from you.
He looks at you kind of like sidelong, like he gives you kind of this look like, really, you're that naive. He's like, he like flips his hand over to show you his palm. You can see the symbol on his hand etched in silver, and his glove is like etched in silver of this. It's like a half-closed eye. It's quite apparently like everyone knows what the silver sight is. Essentially, it doesn't take a knowledge check to know that they're like the shadow organization of the Imperial City of Domburg.
Well then,
No,
still gonna ask my mates first what they think, because Gareth ain't the best socially.
What happens to us if we don't give them?
I'll take them from you anyways.
Okay. This sense
Realized I've
motive
been
check.
muted this whole time.
This sense
Whatever.
motive check is to try to size him up. I guess
Fine,
that's
fine,
perception.
fine.
That's perception. 17.
Sense level.
18. Toilet!
Sense experience points.
Look at character sheet. Be that guy.
Again, you really have no clue.
Okay.
You know what? I'm just gonna give
man.
them the copies.
That guy is way too high level for us to check him out.
I'm just gonna ask him, do these belong to you? Not you specifically, but you know what I mean.
These documents? No. But they are of interest to me.
Why do you need both of them?
Why do I need both of them?
Yeah, the originals and the copies.
I don't need both of them. You may keep your originals, because you have given me what I wanted. I won't have to remove them from you forcefully. And, in fact, I might be able to help you to it.
Fine. Just give it to him.
The hardest
Now
of the
that-
Joe puzzles is the Joe puzzle where the answer is ask for help or do what the shady NPC wants you to do. I speak from years of experience. And I still walk right into them.
Whatever. Yeah, sure. We give him the copies. I made.
Give him the paper. I do not like this decision, but this is the only option we have.
Well, I just didn't say. He just said he didn't need both of them, so just give him the originals. That's what he wanted.
Yeah.
Did he say he wanted the copy and we can keep the original?
Well, I don't know. He kind of flip-flopped on it, so I'm going to give him the
No,
originals.
he said set out the originals, and they said, do you have copies? Give them to me.
Okay, so we set out the originals on the table, and I hand him the paper copies that I made.
Did anyone get that? I hope you did.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Yep. Now
so
we
he
know
takes the
what's going
copies and slips them into his
dimensional pocket.
Sure.
Just into his robe, probably.
Yeah, no need to overcomplicate this. Remember,
Although I
it's
swear to
low-
God, if he needed copies in anyway, then I'm going to charge him a service fee. I'm not a printer.
Gareth becomes the Kinkos.
Yeah.
low magic setting.
Yes. Anyway.
He looks over each one. He like moves the letter aside. He's not even our best crackers could get into that. He slides that open and like he points at some of the letters and he says, "This is something that's well warded against any magics to try and decipher it. This is very interesting. I'll have to look it up later." He takes the notebook and he like looks through it and he sets the notebook down and he says, "I'll tell you right now. Who are you talking about? Attenuation? You talking about me?"
No.
The gain on my mic has been turned up since I was editing Thoth.
Sorry.
He opens it up to the one page and he thumbs through it really quickly and he sets it back down and he looks at you. He's like, "This is a new development that is quite concerning, especially considering I am not sure if you realize, but if the mirror of Daventry is missing, someone's doing a lot of work to make us blind." And finally, he pulls out this last paper and he says, "And I believe that it's this group right here."
And that's the page with the shaded circle.
Yeah. He like puts his hands over the lightly shaded and the dark shaded part, just showing this metal gray part. As he does so, they call themselves the Grey. They are a mysterious force. They've worked in Icetron for many decades to destabilize certain power groups within the greater nations of the continent. They've even spread to the Dragon continent. We don't even know much about them. But I would warn right now, if they're mixed up, there will be ex-associates of mine be looking for these documents.
So, do we know what the Mirror of Daventry is?
Mirror of Daventry is a well-known magic item taken by King Graham Daventry a long time ago, before he was King of Daventry. It's basically metagame knowledge. It is a scrying mirror. In-game, though, people think it just like magnifies people's ability to scry. In reality, it literally just scries on its own. Though it has certain whims of its own, and it usually only shows people like there's a lot of stuff tailored to it that you need to make checks for.
Yeah, you'd need to use it a lot or have some sort of intimate personal knowledge of it to understand exactly what it is it does.
Yeah.
And here I
But it is a very powerful magic item.
The mayor of Daventry. They kidnapped the mayor of Daventry, who scries on people. You look into his Teletubby belly button mirror and...
So, apparently...
Look into his peephole.
The baby
so
sun
you can
rises.
tell whether or not your wife has been cheating on you.
Wiki.
So apparently a male horse have been taken.
Well, it'd be a female horse. Would be a
female.
mare. The mayor of Daventry. But I was thinking the mayor of Daventry, but now we
in
have
fact,
the mirror.
it's the mirror.
The mirror of Daventry, which was stolen by a guy who was probably once the mayor of Daventry.
And rode out on the mayor of Daventry.
Carried off on top of the mayor of
Layers.
This heist has layers, and I like it.
It's like
Now,
the
this is
Ocean
what I call
11s
political
of,
intrigue.
it's the Ocean's 11s of homophones.
Oh, oh my god.
All right. So, where was the? We're assuming that the mirror of Daventry was in the tower.
Yeah.
Okay, and someone took the mirror of Daventry out of the tower. Probably the Oracle tried to stop them, or maybe they went there to kill her too. Anyways, because I'm assuming the Oracle used the mirror to scry on people.
Probably.
Okay,
No.
so I'm finally piecing together what he's putting down. These insurgents, these royalists, busted into the tower, killed the Oracle, took the mirror, because that way Daventry doesn't have any way, or Daventshire doesn't have any way to look into the behind enemy lines as it was.
If this note serves us correctly, this would mean that the royalists have very little to do with this particular crime.
Okay.
Or I should say the Grey. Maybe the Grey are masquerading as royalists. Or abusing them.
I think the only way we're going to figure that out is if we go find some royalists.
Yeah.
That tracks.
Man, you remember when we came out of that tower and they were like, hey, that janky old man and about 400 people ran off into the woods. We should go get them. And we were like, no, man, that's way too many people. We shouldn't go get him. We should go stand in line for 2 hours with a piece of paper and an angry bailiff.
Toilet!
If we are going to be
Teach Baku toilet words.
Randy, the man has a rain cloud above his head. I think he knows what he's talking about.
No, I'm saying this guy knows what he's talking about, but I feel like we should have somehow came here first.
Yeah, that's the thought.
Yes.
if we're going after the royalists, we should try to get a few get a group by themselves and investigate further.
We
by
should
that
grab
way.
as many NPCs as we can, or we will die 1,000
Yeah, time
deaths.
to.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, we don't have to fight all 400 of them at once.
In
Good lord.
theory.
In theory, I mean, this was, you know what, today has just confirmed what I have believed for a very long time. Sometimes, at the end of a long day, what you really need is a drink. Randy says as he downs the rest of his pint and belches.
Well, if we're gonna, well, first off, looking at Mr. Imperial Agent, asking, "Hey, bud, what you doing here anyway?"
He looks at. Well, you cut out the middle of that for me, so I heard, "What you do?" Gah!
I'm gonna fucking just like strangle him with a firefly. No.
Now he's in the hearth. It burns.
Oh no!
Gareth tries to pick up his ale, accidentally picks up his mutagen. It ends badly.
Gareth picks up his mutagen. He pounds it back. Oh, he goes, "Oh no!" But now he's stupid and he casts enlarge person. And
This isn't beer.
And now he's big and stupid.
big, stupid, and ultra strong. Anyway, I was at Gareth was asking what the guy is doing in town anyway, because this seems rather convenient to meet him at this time.
He looks at you and he says, "You spent 16 days in the tower. I've been here the entire time."
Yeah, no, that tracks. That's weird. A lot of people don't go into towers for like half a month.
All right, fair enough.
I guess you
Oh
had
my
some
god,
kind
we've
of.
been in a tower half a month.
I guess the guy had some kind of holiday because of us.
Or he's just a plant.
I've got to buy more groceries.
Yeah, the milk has expired at this point.
Oh.
There's no food. It's all moldy.
So, what is the agreed plan to go on from here onward?
Follow some crazy people into the woods.
Go into the woods, find a halfling and his 400 friends, take them all out. Joe says bird,
He was a human.
cat probs.
Okay.
How about we try to capture a group of the royalists alive, separated from the main group?
It's a
Well,
thought.
I mean, what?
Well, yes, we'll figure that out in time, but right now, step one should be to prepare ourselves and possibly go into the forest and figure out where they are, so we can decide a course of action from that point.
Well, yeah, because if we want to do this, you know what? I don't think we should be going into the forest at all. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there's 5 of us, and 1, 2, carry the 0, 4 fucking 100 of them. I feel like even if we took the entirety of the guard for the city down there, they'd still outnumber us like 10-1 or some nonsense.
All right, cool. Are they hostile to us?
That's what I don't know, but they were definitely willing to barge into a sacred tower, murder some poor girl, and steal some very powerful witchery brew, and run off into the woods on it with the mayor of Daventry on top of the mayor of Daventry.
Didn't we forget something in the tower?
Yeah, the girl, the clerics showed up and they were like, "Get out of my house!" And we were like, "We just went into your house to get your dead baby," and they were like, "Our dead baby," and I was like, "Yeah, we went in there. She wasn't dead when we went in there, but then she was dead, and we took a nap, but it was real cold."
That's accurate.
But yeah, so they went in. They said they was gonna go get her because we dumb.
Okay, but here's the thing. They're going to go get her. They're going to go through the tower. It's going to take them a few days from our time.
No, they probably can do it real fast.
They have
I mean, we only were 16 days in there because we rested twice for 8 hours.
Yeah, because we slept twice because we're dumb.
Because we're done.
Well,
okay.
Because we didn't know how fast time was passing.
Yeah, but
Real
also
quick,
because we're dumb.
Mr.
I'm sticking with the "we're dumb" statement.
Mr. GM, do you think it's like, I was just wondering, is there a check I should do for this, or is Gareth just smart enough to be able to figure out how much time we would have spent in that tower if we did not dick around with the puzzles or rested as long as we did?
In how much time you probably would have spent just like a day in there?
No, I mean like from our time when we were in there, like enter the tower, start a stopwatch, exit leap.
Oh, that like an hour.
Okay, so we have at least a day until those guys come back out with the results of their investigation.
Yeah, but I still think we should go. Like, we could go talk to the guard, let them know.
Yep.
And then we're gonna go. We can't talk to the judge, but the guards will talk to the judge because they have to listen to them. We could tell the council about it. They got access to a hell of a lot more resources than we do. Like I said, we can go to the guards, but that's even if we got all of them, which we wouldn't, they'd still drastically outnumber us. And clearly, a lot of these royalists, even if they ain't hostile, don't like us.
They don't, no.
And I ain't willing to take, that mob mentality turn, 4 people into a angry blood tornado.
The leader among them didn't like halflings, and so I'm going to assume a lot of the followers didn't, and they might think I'm just a buff halfling and try to kill me.
Right? You are, like, real short.
He didn't like many halflings. He didn't like Victoria Blake, the current prime minister.
Yeah, I know.
There were halflings.
He didn't like Pershing either, who was the minister 6 months ago. There was a halfling hung among them, and there were some that agreed with him.
Here's a
But they were
question.
also
actually.
clearly veterans.
Yes.
It's okay. We can just burn down the forest with the bandits.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
Well, we're here on
terrible idea.
we're here on business from the council anyway, aren't we?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. We should be reporting to the council because they got more resources than we do. Maybe they know what to do about it.
A question: is there any way to send message back to our superiors?
Witchery.
That would be sending, and that's like it has like a 30-word limit or something.
Whoa.
Well, I hear actually in this town once there was a mirror that would allow
What was
us
that?
to do
Well,
It was
yeah,
like a
once
fancy
there
person
was a
in
mirror you could talk to people with, but like now that mirror is gone because they took it with the mayor on the mayor.
What was up with that fancy person
That was just
icon?
me memeing. I just put King Caligula on the field for a second.
Okay.
Yeah, it was memeing real hard.
The memes!
Come for the
The
content,
six-person
stay for the
memes.
memes. Though I definitely did scroll out real hard on OBS. Who was that? Scroll out hard, make sure we catch it.
Hey man, he put the king there, but I made sure in time to like talk about how much I like the king because he's great.
Alright, so what is even going on? We go to the forest. We find this
No, before going to the forest, we wanted to report to the council.
Well, yes.
dude. Okay.
But did this guy we're sitting in front of give us any indication that we should do any of this?
No.
Well, no, man.
All he told you was that the gray is like even mysterious to the silver site.
So this, silver sight. That's his right. Well, I ain't gonna ask your name, but like, what's your name?
What do we
don't
call
think-
you? Is what you're looking for there, Randy?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
just give me some gobbledygook that I can be like fucking Red Squirrel, and you'll be like, yeah,
I am Red Squirrel.
Red. He looks a. You may call me Red Squirrel if you wish.
Oh
Yes!
my God, give me some.
Yes!
Is that all right, Red Squirrel? I'm writing it down. It's going on a piece of paper.
I am focusing on transmutation, so the next time we meet this guy, I can just change all of his clothing into a squirrel outfit.
Baleful polymorph.
Yep.
All right, Red Squirrel.
I probably would have called him like Edgy Edgelord or something.
Nope.
No, it's Red Squirrel now. He went and
Somehow
did
that
this to
makes him
himself.
more edgy.
Red Squirrel. That makes it more.
Red Squirrel.
I am Red Squirrel.
That was the
I don't
name of
know
his post-hardcore band in high school.
Oh, God. I don't know if it was my connection or your slight accent there, but I heard etchy instead of edgy,
Close enough.
which is a very different thing.
That was his etchy post-punk band in high school.
Edgy.
Oh, God.
It was gross. It was super gross. There was way too much skin, and no one was attractive.
I don't want to
Anyway-
think of the
anyway,
mysterious
so-
Imperial agent being etchy.
Anyways,
He's so greasy. He looks like Murdoch from the Gorillas.
anyway, so what?
Red
Red.
Squirrel. Those are two new words Baku knows. Toilet, squirrel, red coin.
Red Squirrel toilet.
Squirrel.
Can
Now we can
Red
say
toilet.
red toilet.
can someone continue talking? I cannot talk when I'm laughing.
He's gonna have a bird dream tonight about a red toilet. It's gonna be
no.
life affirming.
Like a bunch of dead birds, like in its own gushing blood.
Oh wow!
Sounds like a bad toilet in
Yeah,
Fallout.
That's the wrong
Oh,
kind
no.
of life affirming.
Just trying to drink it and get some radiation, but also health back. But there's just a bunch of dead birds.
I'm just trying to use my toilet straws.
It's like weird, fucked up hillbilly lawn art. This is my bird toilet. Oh my god, you hit a bunch of birds with a lawnmower.
and then turned it upside down.
And now crapping it.
I call it my Splurpy boy.
Oh, God.
My Slurpee Boy 9000.
Dirty,
man.
dirty boy.
Splurpy boy.
Okay. We're gonna call you Red Squirrel. We've come to a decision
That you're Red Squirrel.
that you are Red Squirrel. I think we will. How do we feel about going to the council? Because that's my plan right now. Is we should talk to them. We should talk to the guards, and then we should talk to them. We should go back to the guards.
Like send a bird or something instead of going all the way back.
Is that an option? Is that
Well,
a thing you
Baku?
do here?
Everyone looks at Baku.
I cannot
Red
transform.
Squirrel!
I cannot transform it into a bird, but we could send a message via bird back to
Yeah, that
our
makes more
file.
sense.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is that a thing they do here? I don't know how it works.
Like passenger pigeons for a 3-week. No.
They
It
do.
No.
would be.
Okay,
it would be
yeah,
a-
no. that makes sense.
Send a messenger albatross.
Well,
it
we gotta
always
go back.
returns to its rocky shores.
We got to go back anyways, because I'm pretty sure there was some sort of cash on completion deal we had going on with the council. And the whole reason we came over here was, I think it had something to do with the tower. Shit, why did we come here?
Yeah, we were
We were
told
coming here
to.
to in general figure out what this note was about.
Oh, right. Yeah, well, now we know. Thanks
That's
to
true.
Red
Do
Squirrel.
you?
Do we want to go back to the council with our current fighting?
Okay,
Well,
no,
we-
hang on,
we
hang
know
on.
that
All Red Squirrel said was that this stuff is really hard to decrypt. That's what he said in a gist about your letter.
Well,
Okay,
yeah,
so
but the
here's-
council didn't know that it was from the Gray either. But we know that it's from the Gray.
Red Squirrel never said it was from the Gray. He said
Well,
that this note was from the Gray, or the piece of paper that was left on the table is from the Gray. The blood outside was from, you guys know, was from the
Oracle.
Royalists.
Yeah, it came out of a halfling. We know
The
that.
mirror's been stolen, and that you have a letter that's impossible to decrypt.
Okay, so right now we have a letter that's impossible to decrypt that came with a royal symbol on it.
Yep.
So, hey, we should probably go check out what those royalists out in the forest know.
Seems
Yeah.
good.
Sounds like a plan.
We do not need to go in there guns blazing. However, I will have several grenades just in case.
We'll have several guns blazing when we go in.
And you know what? We should probably be sneakier about it. So we should probably come up with a plan. But that should be our course of actions: to go to the forest, figure out if they know anything about all this.
I like how resistance requires a miniature cloak. Isn't that just a rag?
Yeah, I know, right?
It's just a
It's
disc.
basically that. Yeah, basically I just like rip off a strip of something, and I'm like, "You are now protected."
A little doily.
It's a cloak! Look at this little baby cloak! What, dude, that's a freaking loincloth.
It's a cloak when it's on your back. Just
No, it's for like a little. It's like for a rabbit or a dog.
sir, for me, this is a
Rabbit.
sir. For me, this is a.
I
miniature
need 30
cloak. For you,
rabbit
it's a
cloaks
loincloth.
right
What does that say
now.
about us?
Well, that rabbits are cute as shit when they're in a cloak.
Right? See, look at that. Real thing.
So if we are going into the woods to be all stealthy, what type of gear do you think we actually need?
Well, we got weapons, we got rope, we got torches. Who's got torches? Someone's got torches.
Dark vision here.
Randy probably has torches.
I got
Sure, I had
torches.
torches, but I didn't write it down,
I-
so.
I
You're a
don't give
human.
I
Crap
have
about your
torches.
janky eyeballs. You can only see in monochrome in the dark.
What?
What if there's a color-specific puzzle and there's no convenient light sources?
It's
What
like,
the hell are you talking about?
like a color out of space comes out. It's just a movie thing. Ah!
What the hell? Who the hell talked about dark vision?
Me,
That-
the guy with dark
guy
vision.
who has dark vision. And
I have
the
dark
dwarf.
vision.
I
Yeah,
have dark
you guys
vision.
have dark vision. You don't need torches technically, but I need torches because I have human eyeballs. But what I'm saying is, what happens if you need to see in color in the dark? You can't see in color in the dark because you have janky eyes.
I also do not have light as a cantrip, though I could have chosen it.
So we're gonna take some damn torches. I'm not gonna take shit about it.
I have low light vision. Does that help?
You know what would help more than low light vision?
A
Torches.
fucking torch.
Do we want to take a set of manacles if we do capture someone alive?
Yeah, sure, why not? We should bring a couple pairs. All I got's my weapons, my ammunition, and whatever's in a fighter's kit.
I would say we should probably do this tomorrow so that I have time to prepare the necessary spells. Because now I'm kitted out to become gigantic, get super strong, and start punching people with electric fists. So I don't think that's very good for diplomacy and or stealth.
Probably not.
No, but it's real good for shock and awe.
That's true.
Yeah,
Thanks, Mr. Bush.
And most of the cleric spells I prepared are for combat use.
So yeah, we should make a plan and get prepared for tomorrow.
See.
Yeah. Animal gear,
Then beer.
black market, channel foci, clothing. Where's the kits? Where's the kits at? They're there.
Well,
The kiss?
That's Kurtama.
Kits.
He's the kiss.
K-I-T-S. Crew Tom
the
is not
kiss
here
at?
for kiss.
That's what you think.
I mean, I've been low key hitting on him for like the past couple weeks now, but that's not what that's for.
Buying boat rides.
He's got a backpack, a bedroll, a belt pouch, a flint and steel, an iron pot, a mess kit, some ropes, soap, torches, trail rations, and a water skin. That's what I got.
Is it soap
Cool.
on a rope?
Like, it could be. All you need is a little imagination.
Damn it! All this rope's covered in soap.
It's too slippery. You can't do
It's
anything with it.
raining. Oh
He's
god!
falling now, Randy. He's dying.
You don't want to drop your soap on a rope.
It's a weird improvised flail.
Well, it's also like,
Sudsy.
yeah.
All right. So what
Irish
even?
fresh.
What even is happening?
Well, we're getting ready. We're trying to figure out how we're going to go off into the woods after a bunch of tourists.
Tourists.
I do.
Tourists.
We're the tourists. We're hunting the terrorists. And there's the name of the session: Tourists Hunt Terrorists.
That's nice. I like that.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
You're right, Kuro Tommy. That could also be the name of a Rick and Morty episode.
Yeah.
By the way, real quick, metagame information request. That tattoo on his hand, is it magic in any way, shape, or form?
One assumes.
It's on the glove. It's not on his hand.
Yeah.
Never mind. I was because he said tattoo, and I was like, hey, I have a spell that transfers tattoos, and I was just gonna be like, yoink, and run.
Now I am you.
Shake his hand and fuck off.
No, it's a silver, like print.
It's a mundane tattoo. Gotcha.
No, it's a silver print on his glove.
Oh, okay, because I was gonna say I have this fancy tattoo. Now I have this tattoo. Run.
I do.
Yeah, I just pictured Garrett shaking his hand and then going, haha, now I am Red Squirrel.
He's like, no, and gets like arrested for subterfuge without a license.
With us item shopping in between sessions before we go off, do any
In between
of
session
us
item
want-
strapping, I believe that is verboten in this game.
That was German.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. I didn't do that specifically because you're here. I just went to German. I don't know.
Because you're here. We did it because he had to put an inflection on it because it was special.
Because Joe really wants us to do all our shopping where he can monitor it so he knows what we have. It is smart.
Yeah, that's fair.
So we can't.
If we're going to be
bullshit
buying
out of-
mundane things, I think perhaps it would
We
be
don't have to roleplay it. I just want to know what you're buying.
expeditious. I mean, I don't have anything. This is why we should be talking about this. Like, what do we need to do this?
Okay, so since we have successfully turned this into fantasy Shadowrun, let's we have to sit around, make a plan for 3 hours, and then kick it out the window and just go in guns blazing anyway. But
I like that. Sounds like a good plan.
so let's see, rolls.
As you guys start discussing what you need around the table, Red Squirrel stands up without a word and leaves.
Yeah, that's cool.
That name.
I mean, frankly, I'm surprised he stuck around this long.
Yeah, and I'll see you later, Red Squirrel.
Well, and as he's leaving, he turns around and says, remember, this group, they're not to be trifled with. And like I said, they may have some of my ex-associates among them.
Okay.
Be careful.
Well, I mean, they ain't got markings on their body like the one you got on your glove, do they?
Most likely they have shed the gloves. You'll know.
Though that's what I'm saying. Like they got identifying markings on their person that is not clothing.
I think the identifying marking will be mid to high level rogue that attacks us.
Ah,
We appreciate.
Yeah.
want that.
Getting one-shotted by sneak attacks. That's their identifying
That's their
mark.
calling card. A dead you.
Yeah.
Jareth's trying to be polite.
I was gonna say we appreciate your information and your
It's
help,
like-
Red Squirrel, and hopefully we see you again soon. And we'll take your warning into account. Then he turns to the table. So how are we gonna trifle with these guys?
First thing first, let's gather as much information we can before doing any major action against the group. We do not want to awaken the hornet nest.
Yeah, we had our meeting with Mr. Johnson. We need to now figure out information
Mr.
gathering
Squirrel.
before.
Mr. Squirrel.
Yeah,
thank
Mr.
you.
Squirrel. Mr. Squirrel.
Just let the Shadowrun reference happen. Don't fight
Yeah.
it.
Oh my god. Okay.
So, what is a phrenologist's kit and how do I use it?
It's for phrenology.
I know, I was gonna say I need to conduct some scientific racism.
Scientific racism.
It's basically what phrenology is.
Yes.
In parentheticals, the tourists hunt the terrorists. Well, Sinvolka doesn't really have any prep he needs to do. Sinvolka's ready.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like we could prepare better, but I ain't 100% on how we was gonna go about doing that. Because sneaking with me, not an option.
Well, okay, let's go around the table real quick, because, again, not socially adept, but Gareth is a smart cookie, so I can at least identify this much. Go around the table, starting with the guy with wolf on his head over there.
Wolf. I don't know why I did that.
Woof. Woof.
Who let the dogs out?
Who?
What is all his specialties?
Sinvolka is pretty sneaky. Like, one of my evolutions is skill-focused stealth. I have 0 ranks in stealth and add, I think, 11. Yeah, I had 9, excuse me. 11 is my perception with no ranks because skill-focused perception. I'm pretty good in a fight. I can heal. I have 46 hit points and a 21 AC, 25 AC with all buffs on.
Did you say 46 hit points?
Yes, because I'm a level 2 and I have Eidolon.
It's because he has
Oh,
two
right,
separate
right,
hit
right,
point
right.
pools. He
So-
doesn't
right,
actually
right.
have 46 hit points.
No,
He
I'm
has-
Right,
24
I
and
forgot.
22.
Yeah, he's got 22 hit points and then a weak little bitch inside him.
Hey now.
I was gonna say, Joe, if you ever get tired of him, I have some experience with this. But
My con goes up when my Eidolon goes away. I don't gain hit points, but I
I'm sure
come out a
Kane
little
remembers.
better.
Yeah, I know, I remember a dragon stepped on him.
anyway, we had a synthesis as part of the group once, and he was starting to piss me off. Anyway,
I guess I'm glad you're
part
not
of-
GMing for me.
Part of it was because his backstory was that he used to be part of a road.
Part of a what?
Part of a what? A
Yeah,
rogue?
Road.
the player did not care for fluff
It was part of a
in
road.
any way, shape, or form.
He
Yeah,
was,
he was
it
a
was
road.
the color and texture of asphalt. He used to be part
Okay.
of a road. That was his
Okay.
backstory.
That's pretty
And we had a
rough.
joke where we were going down the path once, and there was like a human-shaped indent out of the road, and he just kind of like put his hand on it like wistfully, and then walked away dramatically.
No wonder you had him get stepped on and flattened.
Yeah, he got stepped on. Back into the fucking road. Anyway,
From the earth back to the earth.
From
So, okay,
asphalt
so we have-
you were into
How
asphalt.
poetic.
We have a synthesis that can take hella damage and is actually weirdly good at sneaking.
Fault to fault.
I'm trying to build Sinvolca mechanically so he functions in all aspects of play. I just shouldn't message people that are afraid of magic, I guess. That was my one flaw today. was doing that one.
You probably... I'm just going to remind you one more time, before we get into this real quick and you get some smart idea.
Low magic
setting.
Fair enough.
Hence the artificing.
And then we look around at the artificer, the gun priest, the magic samurai.
Let me get back in the Discord. We look around at the gun priest, the magic samurai, the artificer, I don't even know what to call you. The
Transformer.
Yeah, I was gonna say Transformer Power Ranger from a past life, and a soldier.
And you.
Yeah, that's what I mean, and that's what I mean.
Guy with a sword.
I mean, among also the 6,000-year-old, just like human.
Yeah, exactly. You say that out loud, and you could say that in a Shadowrun game, and there is no goddamn difference.
Yeah, but the dude who just has a sword also can withstand being shot in the face point blank.
Kinda. Anyway, so we have Synthesis, damn near unkillable, sneaky as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Kuratama, what's your specialties?
Shocking Grasp.
Well, not yet. I mean, I need level 3 before Shocking Grasp. Am I saying right?
I have Shocking Grasp right now. Do you want it?
I have it also right now, but right now it's up a spell slot, so it's not that impressive.
I mean, as soon as I'm able to make magic items, I'm going to put Shocking Grasp into a bunch of gloves, and we're going to be the equalists. But, okay, so Kuratama, like, seriously, what can your guy do right now?
Well, I'm also good at stealth. I'm also good at psionic stuff, so like auto-hypnosis, knowledge psionics. I'm good at riding. I'm good at hitting things now. That's new.
Okay, moving on. Baku.
Baku is good at using his gun, being a pseudo party scout, pretty good perception, stealth, and have a few ranks in what would be considered woke.
He's woke.
Woke.
Yeah. So Baku have a few class skills that he have ranks in that wokes would be good at, mostly the scout engineering type, and then spells. I have a mix of offensive and then support and healing spells.
Okay, that's useful. Randy.
Randy is flippant but stalwart. He's got a lot of hit points. He's got a pretty decent AC, sitting at like 21 right now. He makes a pretty suitable bodyguard to at least one person.
Yep.
Also pretty shootable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm also very shootable, as we have established.
And I'm pretty sure we don't need to look very deep to understand that Gareth is the mage of the group. So,
yes.
Here's the problem. Sinvolca, I think you're the only one who, well, since you're part paladin, I assume you have a pretty good charisma score.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Okay, everyone else, how's your charisma?
8.
7.
10.
I got my intelligence to my intimidate, so that's actually positive.
All right, cool. So Sinvolca is the only guy who can talk us out of anything.
You can
I
try.
can scream us out of something.
That's true.
I can guiding someone to get us out of a bad situation.
Okay, so if we're going to be stealthy about this, here's the problem. I think it's going to all come down on Sinvolca.
Yeah. I don't know, Randy's 26 intimidate, a natural 20, is kind of spooping me pretty hard right now.
He just starts barking at you.
Stop making fun of me!
Murr! Flips the table.
Alright, so step 1.
Gently caresses the table.
Yeah.
Okay, here are my thoughts. Step
That's even
1.
scarier.
We need to scour the town and see if we can find any more traces of royalists. Or Silversite.
Defectors.
Thank you.
Deserters. Rogues that'll
So,
sneak
yeah,
attack
great,
us. We'll
great,
find
there we
them
go,
first.
great.
Or they'll find us first, rather.
Yeah, exactly. So we should scour the town, see if we can find anything about royalists. Maybe do a little bit of subterfuge to get in good graces with anyone still in the city, and see if we can find out exactly where they are in the forest. And or any way we could sneak into their supposed camp out there.
Tracks.
Yeah. See, gently caresses.
With such a large group, we could possibly find where they go with the resources through financial means. If we track it through those means.
Yeah, that's a good one. Like, if we can find any financial records that said they obtained everything legally, then we can at least understand what they're up to. If we can't, then there's a decent chance that they got everything illegally, in which case, if we find their supplier, there's a good chance he's also a royalist.
Yeah.
Anyone else have thoughts?
Well, I was going to say, how do we get access to those sorts of records?
Either through the town, through the federal, or sorry, not federal, goddamn.
Through the Federal Reserve.
In the federal government.
Either through the municipal government, depending on what kind of taxes they collect, and or going around to all the major stores in the area.
Well, talking to the judge is out. I think we've burned that bridge.
No, I can probably fix that with a charm person and some mouthwash, but
what part of charm person low magic setting don't you get?
the fact that I don't have to scream at him or do anything.
He doesn't have to whisper awkwardly into his head, but by the time he does, it'll be cool, because they won't freak
I
out.
just have to walk up to him and, like, mutter something to myself and flick my fingers, and by the time I get up to him, he'll be like, oh, look at this dwarf, he's a cool dude.
Please don't roll a natural one, though.
Like, getting the judge and any people in the law enforcement area to give us the required permission to go through the records would probably be a great asset.
Exactly. So if I did charm person, is that on me only? Hang on.
Is there anyone
Yeah,
here?
it's only on me. Damn. Okay. Because I was gonna say put it on Sinvolka.
Well, taking the other face with you wouldn't be a terrible idea.
Yeah.
I want to get a map of the area, because the better idea we have of the surrounding terrain, the better.
Exactly. That's a good one. So far, it seems like everything that we need is going to start with the public records.
And maps. Map could be really useful.
Well, that's what I mean. Maps. They'd probably also be the public record.
True. Although merchants all.
Yeah, and or map store.
Okay, so I can try to make a try for some sort of cartographers, and then maybe while I'm at the cartographers, I can get a couple tubes so we can keep all of our sensitive document in them. Because right now we're walking around with a couple of pieces of paper that are probably they're probably good enough to get our throat slit over. So maybe we should put those somewhere where they won't be ruined by, like, the rain or ambient moisture.
Seems good.
I've been making.
Well,
The quill's been going, by the way, this whole time. He's making more copies just in case someone else wants to just take them.
I'm just saying, because as the originals, even if we have copies, the originals are more valuable.
Well, I could use those documents and send them to, like, a pocket dimension.
How you doing?
Yeah, I have that secluded grimoire spell that's normally meant to hide your spell book. So I can probably do the same with those documents.
That seems fair.
Where the hell did you get that?
It's
It's
a
a
magic
first
spell.
level spell.
I was gonna say that seems like a pretty common spell.
Mhm.
Is it?
Yeah.
Click, click, click. Oh, there it is. Frick. Okay, never mind.
Would be like familiar pocket. I'm pretty sure there's a spell that does that for your familiar too.
On the subject of spells, it probably behooves both Kuratama and Gareth to be very communicative about what spells you guys take, because you can just learn the other ones from the other person's spellbook, right?
This is true.
That
Oh,
sounds like
so-
it'd be a huge pain in the ass to explain in character.
They're just gonna go exchange notes for a little while. They're gonna go off.
Well,
in the car and
no,
write
I'm
some
not
notes to
asking
each
you
other.
guys. I'm just saying, like, it would be real funny to listen to you guys trying to explain that to each other.
Especially because they probably don't speak a common language.
I'm pretty sure that the 2 burner schools I took were... Oh god, I didn't write it down. I think it was illusion and necromancy.
Not schools that the Magus will ever need anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Vampire Touch.
Whatever. I have other ways. I'm an alchemist. I can just make potions.
There you go. And that's another spell list that Kurotama could probably borrow off of if they share spells.
So we're good now.
Those are Kurotama's languages by now.
I just realized that I've been like standing up and pacing with my hands behind my back while talking this whole time.
Well, I mean, Garrett's probably also doing that. We should get a good idea of what everyone talks.
Yeah.
I mean, we might know that already just in so far as the fact that me and the bird have been screaming at each other for the past however long, but...
Toilet! It's never not funny.
Yeah.
Randy
I really-
speaks English, Sparkish, and Centran.
Alright. Sinvolka has Aistron, Sylvan, Celestial, and English.
Hey, I can talk with Baku. We both know
Maybe try-
Aerostrom.
Nobody's going to be able to write that down that fast.
Oh wait,
there is
I
no-
might not
there
be
is
able to
no
speak to some of you.
Common can be replaced by Istron.
Okay. I have Istron, Dwarven, Arbrendish, Midlandish, English, and Jotun.
Okay.
Their Midlandish is not a language.
I guess
And there's Carlisian, which is like French.
I guess the common language for Kurotama would probably be the common language of the Dragon Continent, I assume.
So the common language would be Longren, which is like Chinese, but I'm assuming Kurotama coincides more with the Hagane, so he'd probably speak Hagane.
Okay. Gotta change that on my character sheet. Hagane instead of common. Because that's
Yeah,
common
but-
for me.
Oh, that's where I got it from. Okay, which one was French?
Carolisian.
Could you like spell it out?
Sure.
Thanks.
Hey, Tommy and I can speak in Sylvan to each other.
We did it.
Thank you.
I think Tommy and I share the most languages.
What about Baku?
Baku,
Oh, I see him,
Tengu,
I see him, I see him.
Istron, Celestial,
Yeah.
and Ren.
Okay, so
Well, you know what? The hell with both of you. I'm only 2 intelligence points of being away from being able to read. That I ain't gonna be. Stop. Make you guys.
Pardon?
you cut out real hard. Stop
Yeah.
make you guys. Stop making
Yes.
cute guys.
Stop make you guys.
Stop making you guys. Stop make you guys. You guys make. Stop.
We're just building guys. We've all become construct crafters. That's how we'll win this, by crafting
Stop
construct.
making guys. Astron, Celestial. Okay, onward.
All right.
Man, this music is really relaxing.
It is
Yes.
Utoma.
much better to edit this video to this than to edit it to really fast classical music. After a lot of caffeine, that will make you like real major heart racing.
Yeah.
Panic Tech.
Yeah.
Celestial.
All right. Let's see.
Angelish.
So it sounds like the first order of action is Gareth and
And Sinvolka are gonna get more information.
Sinvolka are gonna do stuff with the public. Somebody's got to go get the maps, and while Randy was going to do that, honestly, this is gonna be super cliche. However, if we are looking for any illegal stuff, might be best to check the docks.
But maps shouldn't be illegal, right?
No. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying Randy was saying he'll go get the maps, but I'm saying maybe someone else should, because for some reason I get the feeling that talking to the dock people is going to be better Randy's wheelhouse.
I mean, Randy did grow up kind of on the docks.
There you go.
Yeah, so for the part getting the map, Bagger and Randy can do that, and leave Randy talking to the dock people.
Okay, who's getting the maps then?
Looks like Osama.
I keep hearing dock people.
He's gotta go find the fetchlings.
DOCK.
Talk to the dock people.
It shouldn't take that long to get a map, so if take care of that business first, then go to the docks.
Seems fine.
Yeah. Can you post your languages, Connor, in the Discord?
Oh, yeah, hang on.
So the agreed plan is Sivolka and
Gareth are gonna go try to get more information, and then people are going to the docks and people are getting maps, and then we'll reconvene. We need to rest so the wizard can swap his spells out, and then after that we'll hit the forest.
Yeah, there's a list of Kurudama's current spell.
Yeah, this is probably a good point to end the session, so we can do what
So we
additional
can get our stuff together.
We could probably do
Yes,
like a write-up of a lot of stuff that happens, honestly. Or at least shopping lists.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so if we're knocking off here, then I'm gonna go ahead and say...
We didn't get to fight this session. Man, I should have thought.
Oh no! As we went a whole 3 hours without picking a fight with someone.
Yeah, this guy's coming off Gugfest 2018. He needs the non-combat, and frankly, so do I.
Please, God, let me roleplay. Stop.
Oh no, we didn't take any lives.
I'm gonna mute you guys again. It worked really good last time, so there goes the music. I didn't hit the mute button. There it is. Alrighty, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, be sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and remember, if you haven't subscribed to the Interplanar Crossroads, we can't be friends anymore, so there's that. Look them up on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. We'll see you next week. Say bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.